So a lot of these buildings have been on site for 100 years or more.
Steveston, known for its heritage village and the old fishing harbor. But did you know that some of the buildings and old structures are rumored to be haunted? We joined Vancouver Paranormal Society on an investigation into what might be going on down at the old docks.
The very first time we came here, Joel took us out for a guided tour, and just as we got into the car park area, we heard a scream coming from over there. Primarily VPS, we do residential cases. We do a lot of cases where people, they don't know who to turn to when there's things that are happening that they just can't explain.
Radio check, radio check.
Joel Baziak knows all too well about the things he can't explain. For him and his co-workers, the rumors of ghosts were becoming all too real.
I saw an ad in the paper for Vancouver Paranormal Society, and so many people here had experiences on site that I thought it would be interesting to have them come in. There's a very wide range of people who have had experiences here. You work here long enough and it's probably going to happen. We had heard a scream. Sounded like a woman screaming, one of the most horrible things we've ever heard. Went back to working, heard it one more time, and then my coworker just sort of dropped his hammer and said, I can't deal with this. I had no interest in the paranormal at all until things started to happen here, because the way I look at it, it's all kind of, to someone who's never had anything happen to them, it's all kind of nonsense until something does happen to you. The photographs that I took down on the floats after we heard that scream, you know, you're not really expecting a whole lot, but this was the first one, and I don't know how to explain that. The ones that I took a year later, and I still haven't the slightest idea how even to try to recreate that.
Well, I've heard enough. It's time to investigate. The equipment used in paranormal investigations are state-of-the-art. Various listening devices, sensors, and meters. But I've got my trusty flashlight. Let's go find some ghosts.
This was our old workshop.
This old woodworking shop would have been bustling back when Steveston was at its height. Now it's seeing a different kind of activity.
Well, we actually got some recordings of footsteps walking up and down the corridor there. Very distinctive footsteps of banging walking up and down the hallway there.
We set up the full spectrum camera with an infrared light system. Another cool device used is the REM pod. They can detect shadows and vibrations.
We're going to be using this particular one with the vibration detection over in the hallway. This one here, we're going to be placing at the top of this stair area here.
3 of us are here tonight to attempt to make contact with whoever might be still residing within this building. Can you speak in another language other than English? Are you scared to come forward?
It's a part and parcel of what we do. You know, sometimes you can wait months on an investigation or any given investigations and nothing happens.
With a failed first attempt, we move on down the road to another workshop that has seen recent activity.
People have reported seeing shapes or shadows with form moving across the top, up and down. They've heard little girls laughing. They've heard footsteps up the stairs, objects moving around.
To see if we could try to capture an image of you. Did you leave loved ones behind?
Did you actually work here? Maybe run some of the machinery?
Like the other location, paranormal investigation takes a lot of patience, but sometimes that patience pays off.
Really?
Yeah, I heard that.
Did you tell us your name?
Oh, it was coming from over there. It was coming where you were.
No, it was coming from Russell by Russell.
Come listen to this. That's a woman's voice.
We may never be able to explain the things that go bump in the night, but for Peter, it's about helping demystify the experience for people.
There's a lot of people out there that are petrified. They've moved into a new house or they're experiencing things themselves. I'd like to see my job as actually going out there to help these people and reach out to them.
For Local Connection at Steveston Harbour, I'm Sarah Hudson.